Hi, Dyslexic Genius here. I'm back on the Claxtonola. I hope I pronounced that right. And there's a few things you want to do before you rebuild a motor. Is you want to mark the barrels like on these because this thing gets complicated. I have 1, 2, 3, plus I have arrows showing what way the barrels go together. I'm just making sure. And the first thing you want to do on a motor rebuild is you want to crank it up to see what happens. If somebody says it's not cranking, we need to know before we take it apart, maybe there's a broken spring or a clicking noise in the winding. So we'll just wind this up a little. Hear that tick? That indicates something's broken in the number 3 barrel.
So how do you know it's the number 3?
Because I went this way, 1, 2, 3.
How did you know the click came out of the number 3 barrel?
Because it starts winding up here and works its way in here.
And you could just hear?
I can hear the click out of this barrel. I've done too many of these. So now what you want to do is you want to unwind it. Get power off of it and no power. So now you have to take it apart. The first thing you have to do is undo these 2 nuts, which is a...
That's run down all the way?
Yep, 9/16. So if you hear it clicking, we think, okay, do we have a broken spring or do we have it broke off at the end? We'll double check by putting this on the governor. This is the speed control. We lift this up. We have no tension on the motor. Yeah, there we go. A little bit. Let this run down now, which will take a few minutes. And that's as far as you want to wind them up. As soon as you hear something, you want to let off, and then you're going to run it down like this, which gets a little boring, but we're going to find out if it makes any more tick noises. But the ticking is the problem. There we go. Now that the motor's totally run down, there's still probably a little tension. You take the crank off. You take off this nut and this nut. And now that we have to beat on the casting to get it to move a little, we'll use our little copper hammer slightly. Slide it on the shaft like that. Now we're going to pull the barrels off. Pull the barrel back. Now my angel will show you right here. I've released the barrel and you saw it move a little. Now the barrel's free to take off. These you have to be very careful because you pull the barrel, this end plate off and push the barrels out, and if there's a little bit of tension on those springs, it's going to go wham, and it's going to go all over you and out the door. That's why I left this on just a little bit. You lift it up, and the whole assembly comes out. Pull this off. And these are like Edison machines. You see here we have a felt in here, right, for oiling. These are wonderful because look at this. An aftermarket motor and the big three never did this. This is a felt washer, which will clean, which you oil, which lubes this piece here when this cranks up. You know, this is what's so cool about these motors. I get excited about motors. My angel gets excited about other things, but I get excited about this. And that's my tip for the day.